Title: The Generation That Thought It Had Time. Part 1, 00 to 5:30, 2005. Somewhere in America, a baby starts crying in a hospital room. That baby is Jamal. He has no idea what's going on. He doesn't know about rent or anxiety or bills or heartbreak or the fact that one day he'll compare himself to strangers on the internet and wonder if he's already failed. Right now, he's just hungry. His mom holds him against her chest. You're going to be somebody, baby. Every mother says some version of this. Maybe not out loud, but they all believe it. He's going to change the family. He's going to have a better life. He's going to be happy. And nobody looks at a newborn and imagines disappointment. Nobody imagines their kid crying alone at 2 a.m. wondering what happened to the version of themselves they promised they'd become. Jamal grows up in a tiny apartment. Money is tight. His mom works long shifts. His dad comes home tired, but Jamal doesn't notice. He has Spider-Man pajamas. He has Saturday morning cartoons. He has cereal bowls bigger than his head. He has a basketball hoop outside. Life is simple. When you're 7 years old, your biggest problem is whether mom will let you stay outside for another 10 minutes. Get home before the streetlights come on. Every American kid knows that sentence. Jamal runs through the neighborhood with scraped knees and untied shoes. He thinks summers last forever. He thinks adults know everything. He thinks his parents have all the answers. He thinks life hasn't even started yet. At 10 years old, he discovers Kobe Bryant highlights. He watches the same videos over and over. Fadeaways, game winners, championship celebrations. Then he walks outside with a basketball. 3, 2, 1, he shoots. And suddenly, he isn't Jamal anymore. He's Kobe. The crowd is screaming. ESPN is talking about him. His mom is sitting courtside. He wins the championship. At 11, he tells his mom, "Ma, one day I'm buying you a house." And she laughs. "Boy, go clean your room." "Nah, Ma, I'm serious." She smiles. Not because she believes him, because she loves hearing her son dream. Then middle school happens, and suddenly, nothing is simple anymore. Nobody cares how funny you are. Nobody cares if you're kind. People care about shoes, followers, phones, popularity, who got invited, who got ignored, who looks broke, who looks successful. One morning, Jamal spends 20 minutes staring into a mirror before school. He pretends he doesn't care what people think. He cares more than anything. He walks into class. "Ayo, Jamal, them shoes fake." The table laughs. Jamal laughs too, even though he thinks about that joke for the rest of the day. All summer long, he begs his mom for Jordans. "Please, Ma, everybody got them. We can't afford that. Please." "No, please." Then one evening, she comes home from work, tired, feet hurting, still wearing her uniform, and she puts a Jordan box on the table. Jamal loses his mind. No way, he hugs the box. He never asks what she gave up to buy them. Maybe she skipped buying something for herself. Maybe she delayed paying a bill. Maybe she just couldn't stand seeing her son feel left behind. Jamal only thinks, now they won't clown me. At 13, Jamal gets his first phone. The entire world fits inside his pocket. TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube. At first, it's fun. Then the comparisons start. 16-year-olds driving Hellcats, teenagers making money streaming, rappers his age wearing chains worth more than his family's annual income. He lies in bed scrolling one video, then another, then another. Bro, I'm already behind. Nobody in previous generations grew up comparing themselves to millions of people every single day. Jamal does. At 14, AirPods never leave his ears. Juice WRLD, Polo G, Lil Durk, NBA Youngboy, songs about pain, loyalty, money, making it out. Late at night, staring at the ceiling, Jamal whispers, "That's going to be me one day." At school, nobody talks about retirement accounts. Nobody talks about finding meaning. They talk about clout, girls, drip, who got motion, who got embarrassed, who got attention. Being invisible feels worse than being hated. At 15, Friday nights mean basketball at the park, NBA 2K with the boys, Fortnite until 2 a.m., FaceTime calls that last until sunrise, laughing so hard nobody can breathe, talking about girls, talking about money, talking about fame, talking about how none of them are ever working regular jobs. Bro, we ain't doing no 9 to 5, so no cap. We different, like we gonna make it. And the craziest part, they all believe it. Every single one of them. Because when you're 15, you genuinely think life hasn't started yet. You think this is just practice. You think real life begins after graduation, after money, after success. Title: The Generation That Thought It Had Time. Part 2, 5:30 to 11. Then 16 happened, and for the first time in his life, Jamal noticed that not everybody was moving in the same direction anymore. One friend got serious about football, waking up before sunrise, training twice a day, talking about scholarships. Another friend started making beats on his laptop. He kept saying, "Bro, when I blow up, don't act like you ain't know me." Everybody laughed. But deep down, he meant it. One friend started posting TikToks every single day. He studied trends, copied hooks, watched analytics, obsessed over views. "Bro, all I need is one video." One friend got a part-time job while everybody else was talking about dreams. So he was helping his mom pay bills. Well, one friend stopped showing up to class. At first, nobody noticed. Then people stopped asking where he was. Then one day, it just became normal that he wasn't around anymore. That's the terrifying thing about growing up. People disappear gradually, not dramatically. You don't get a warning. You just stop seeing them. 16 also meant parties. The first one wasn't even that crazy. Loud music, red cups, everybody pretending to be older than they actually were. People filming everything for Snapchat, trying to look cool, trying to look fearless, trying to look happy, even if they weren't. Jamal looked around and thought, so this is what being grown feels like. It wasn't. Nobody tells you that half the people in the room are just as scared as you are. They just hide it better. At 17, something changed. The jokes weren't as funny anymore. The conversations became different. Instead of, what skin you buying in Fortnite? It became, what college you going to? What you doing after graduation? You got a job yet? What if I don't make it? Nobody said that last one out loud, but everybody was thinking it, even the loud ones, even the confident ones, especially the confident ones. Jamal still told himself, I got time, after graduation, after summer, after New Year's, after I get motivated again tomorrow. Then graduation arrived faster than anyone expected. 1 minute they were freshmen, the next minute they were standing in caps and gowns, taking pictures, signing yearbooks, posting, see y'all soon under Instagram photos. Nobody realizes some goodbyes are forever because nobody at 18 thinks this is the last time, the last lunch, the last school hallway, the last basketball game after class, the last joke with the boys, the last car ride with everyone singing the same songs. Nobody tells you it's the last time because if they did, you would have paid more attention. You would have laughed harder. You would have stayed a little longer. You would have looked around and realized one day you'd miss all of this. At 19, the group chat got quieter. One friend moved away. One became a father. One was working night shifts. One was still chasing music. One was building a business. One stopped replying altogether. Nobody knew what happened. Nobody wanted to ask. Jamal opened old photos sometimes, basketball courts, parking lots, FaceTime screenshots, NBA 2K tournaments, videos of everybody screaming because somebody hit a game-winning shot. They were just stupid moments back then. Now, they felt priceless. Then adulthood really started. Not the version from movies, the real version. Checking your bank account before buying gas, wondering if you chose the wrong path. Smiling and saying, I'm good. It's like when people ask how you're doing.